and we have amazing people here. So we just have John that's come up all the way from Waterford, John Walsh, and he's going to just give you some of the data, some of the facts and the correlation between the rollout of this injection and our excess deaths. So ladies and gentlemen, it's John, and I know people are cold standing here. Thank you, John.
Thanks very much, Adele. Thanks, Adele. Yeah, keep it short. My namesake Patrick A. Walsh has done fantastic work on this, and he concentrated on the excess deaths. But I also looked in the research the excess deaths. I came up with the same figures as Patrick, but also the sudden and unexpected deaths. I warned a cousin of mine about this. He wouldn't talk to me, just dismissed me. And you know, he got a blood leak to the brain and he's dead now. You know, you know, in 2020 we had the lowest number of deaths in Ireland since 2012. And we were supposed to be in the middle of a pandemic. You know, Neil Bradford said 85, in March he said 85,000 people for certain will die.
John, can you just come in behind the speaker? Yeah. Okay, right. We get a better sound.
Okay. Yeah. But I said,
yeah, thanks, John.
Yeah. Okay now?
Yeah.
Neil Bradford said in prediction of March 2020 that 85,000 people would die. It never happened. But when 2021 came around, 2021, once the vaccines came in, then people started to die, and the death rate, the excess deaths went up to 14% in 2021, went up to 17% in 2022, and went up to 24% in 2023. I looked at the sudden deaths in Waterford over a 6-year period, and what they said was in 2019 there was 28 sudden deaths, unexpected deaths. In 2020 there were 39. But in 2021 it went up to 120, and in 2022 went up to 140, and in 2023 it went up to 340. So that's a 1200% increase in people dying suddenly or unexpectedly. The most outstanding case was goes to Roy Butler, a student who was only 24 years of age. He wanted to go to Libya to play soccer, and he was told he had to get an injection to go. He got the injection within a week, he was dead. We had the inquest. Now, doctors could not establish any other cause of his death. So, it was glaringly obvious that he died from the injection, but official Ireland still denies it. You know, I mean, I was talking to people on the canvas now, and they dismiss it. He was just unlucky. Just unlucky, you know. I mean, right through the world, not just in Ireland, but young sports people dying suddenly has become common. It used to be extremely rare. Yeah. So you find that there's this official denial. People will not. You give them the facts, and they will not face up to the reality of what's happening, and that is a tragedy. I mean, the first duty of any government, the first duty of any politician is to defend or to protect the lives of its citizens.
Yes.
Not only did they not protect them, they actually made it worse. They made it and the media failed to point out anything going wrong. I mean, in the old days you'd have an investigative journalist who would do the research that I did and Patrick Walsh did, and they would publish their findings in the papers. But no, nothing. It is really a shame. The politicians and the media and the people in key positions in society have let people down, and the church has let people down as well. I mean, we had a protest. We were doing prayers outside, you know, doing the mass. We doing the mass outside the cathedral in Waterford, and we got arrested. I don't. We weren't breaking any rules or anything like that. But the bishop came out and he pretended not to notice. I actually showed 2 weeks before. I had showed the evidence to the. This is evidence to the bishop, and all he did was pushed it away. He didn't want to know. I mean, the clergy, the priests back in the time of the Great Plague back in 3041, they stood by their people that time. They risked their own lives to look after people, you know. and it is really tragedy that people have been let down by all their leaders, and so we must be out there to work. I mean, I admire Barry, Adele, and all those, and G and so on, who have worked so hard. We all went through the legal system. 4 of us went through the courts. We won all our cases, but you know, that was quite a stressful period. You are a responsible citizen, and yes, you are being arrested and being brought before the courts.
Yeah.
You know, it was pure harassment, most of it, but it's a terrible way to treat the citizens of Ireland. So I think that's all I've got to say.
Do you have any suggestions, John, going forward? You know, you're saying that people aren't you're bringing the evidence and you're bringing the information, like the bishop pushing it away from you. Have you any suggestions as to how we can maybe do it a little bit better? You know, have you any like, obviously we can't just walk away and say, well, look, they're not listening to us. Have you got any suggestions to how we can proceed, how we can go forward, how we can maybe get these people to start listening to us?
Well, I think I'm standing for election in Waterford for the Irish people.
Brilliant, congratulations.
Thanks. And on our canvas, we're talking to people, and the problem is that you know, to get them to admit to the evidence is difficult because they took it themselves.
Yeah.
And they don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
They want to, and it's pride. You're up against pride.
Yeah.
You're too proud to admit we've got it wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and that's terribly frustrating.
Do you think there's that? Do you think? I personally believe that if we can get the people who took the injection to start speaking up, then it would encourage the people who took the injection that won't speak up to start speaking up. So.
Yes.
I believe that they are the voices now at this point in the proceedings. It is the people that took it are going to have to be the ones to encourage the other people that took it to speak up, you know.
I think you're dead right there, Barry. That is the most powerful voice you can have. Yes,
John,
okay.
Is anyone on the doors? Is anyone talking about COVID or the injections, or is it a concern of anybody's when you're going door to door, or is it low down? Is it?
Well, unfortunately, it's low down. It's only when you mention it yourself that they will start talking about it, you know?
Well,
it's like you said, Barry, it's vaccine denial. And I tell them it wasn't a vaccine, it was an experimental jab. That's what it was. They experimented on you.
They shut down.
Well, I was talking to one woman, and she was very, you know, she was giving us about the health service, right? And then she said, "Oh, I took the injection 5 times, right? I got a bad reaction every time I took it." She said, every time she took it, and then she said, "And then I got COVID after all that." So you say to
There was
yourself,
never any such thing.
It's insane.
Yeah,
It's insane.
People are seeing that now, and I mean we are seeing it now, that people are coming out and saying yes, it was the vaccine. They may not be talking about it like we are, but we have seen the difference now. And there has been a great case in the US where a woman received $4 million because she was fired for not taking the vaccine. Pfizer stocks are going down and down and down. Word is out and people know about the damage this vaccine has done. The government know about it, Pfizer know about it, and the statisticians know that the excess deaths are up and up and up. So it is time now for the people who have been injured, and we are taking court cases. We're taking Article 4 court cases. It doesn't cost you to take one of those cases. So we are holding them to account.
Well,
We
you
will
see-
always hold them to account, whether elected or not. We are bringing this to